Oh, landmines and jellyfish. Welcome back to Knives, I guess, and it turns out they won't let you recycle styrofoam. Or dead pigeons. But in the comments on my Gerber Quadrant video, somebody asked if I could take a look at the Gerber jukebox, because they were interested in buying one and wanted to know what I thought of it. And it's one of those things where I tried. I really did. I know I'd carried it once a long time ago and wasn't a fan, but I figured I'd give it another shot. And so what we've got here is we've got like an extended tab right here that's supposed to be reminiscent of a friction folder. And oh boy. So we do have a 7CR17 blade. There's not really a good bean flick because this thing is not flickable. I tried a second ago and just dropped it. This makes it so hard to manipulate one-handed. There's a lot of steps to it, and I don't enjoy that one bit. And every time I've tried to close it like a regular folder, you move the lock and you squeeze, but your finger is holding this down, so you really have to get out of your way and do some fingular contortion. Your full wanges have to move in a weird way to close this thing one-handed. That's already something I don't like. And the pocket clip is tipped down. And I hate tip down, but we all live in sin. So, that's already two strikes against it. But, I tucked it in the waistband, and as I expected, the dingus end right here just dug in. It irritated the piss out of me all day long. I threw it in the pocket. It carried just fine in the pocket. However, one of the things I ran into as well is I am so used to carrying tip up that pulling it out tip down meant I had to do a whole lot of gymnastics to get it to where I could open it. Now that is just a problem to me personally. That's not necessarily something I can knock the knife itself for. It is what it is. It does not suit my needs. Now that being said, this 7CR17 blade, the grind is cleaner than the Quadrant, but you can still see a little bit of it going off track. The bevel grind on the edge here is definitely quite wavy. Going through the plastic on the pallets, not a great experience. It definitely tore more than slice, and it didn't enjoy it. Let's take a look at the factory edge on the cardstock that we've been using to see if it shows anything there. So you've got a cut, and if you can see it here, that edge just kind of rolled up all the way down. Now that is indicative of a kind of dull edge. This thing needs to be sharpened out of the box. Let's take a look at some copy paper, see if that shows us anything. Copy paper, it cut, it went through nicely, but there's still a little bit of edge rolled up, a little bit of rag there. And, so that means you still have a serviceable edge. It's sharp enough to use. It's just that fine, fine edge that I've been getting spoiled by Nicer Knives isn't here on this one. Again, you can use it and work with it all day long. It'll be fine. It's just one of those things that I like to nitpick and take a look at because, a really good factory edge definitely factors into whether or not I want a knife from anybody. That Cold Steel factory edge. I know I'm going to get a good factory edge out of Cold Steel every time I buy one. Gerber, this is better than the Quadrant was. It is better than the Quadrant was, but it's still not, what I'm looking for. And the more I look at this under the light, the more I can see it going wavy all down this grind. This one isn't plagued with the quality control issues that the Quadrant had. It's just, this is kind of one of those things where it's not for me. This is definitely not for me. I bought it because it looked very cool. I like the funky design, and I like the chatoyance in the tortoise shell on this. I'm pretty sure this is acrylic, but that is some wonderful play off of the light. And I figured I'd carry it and enjoy it, and, when I carried it, I didn't like it, and I still don't like it. If you happen to want something like this and you have a good way to carry it and you don't mind going through the extra steps to get this thing open one-handed or get it closed one-handed, yeah, sure, that's fine. But again, not for me. Might be for someone else, just not for me. And when I bought this was the one that came with the little hank, and it was $30 when I bought it. Now, this thing, without the hank or anything else, $48. American dollars. That is a huge no-go. All right, at $30 it was passable. I think you get $30 worth of knife. But approaching the $50 mark, holy Jesus, no. I don't know who is smoking what, but it's probably crack, if I had to guess crack. That is just ridiculous. Like, I understand things get more expensive the way things are right now, but that is still ridiculous. I could not begin to recommend spending $48 on this thing at all. Once you hit $48, you start pushing that $50 price point. You're looking at a clean grind. You're looking at everything looking borderline perfect on, a mid-range knife like that. You're looking at a very good factory edge. You're looking at a very, very good function. Like, this is just, I don't see $48 worth of value here. Again, 30 passable. I can see $30 out of this. So, do I like it? Not so much. I love the way it looks. I don't like the way it functions. Will you like it? That depends on whether or not the foibles that come with this are things that you want to deal with or things that, you're comfortable with. The tip down thing, like I said, that's a me problem. Pulling it out tip down and expecting to open it like I do everything else, I end up having to flip it over or mess with it to get it lined up. It's a lot of extra hassle. And then closing it and putting it back, the same deal. I got to do some gymnastics to get this thing lined up to put it back where it came from. That is an irritation. If I had to carry something tipped down for a long time because I had nothing else, sure. But, I have options, and those options include tip up, so no. And looking past the tip down carry and getting into the dingus into this tab right here, in my pocket, it was okay, but the dingus end right here is facing towards the front of the pocket, which means you kind of hit that thing going into your pocket and getting stuff out of it. That drove me nuts. This is a weird beast. This thing was designed to look like something I want, but perform exactly like something I don't want. Like I said, if this looks attractive to you, just wait until you can find it on sale somewhere or get one used. Just do not pay $48 for it. Don't. I know they've got another finish. It's like a gray marble or something like that. And one of the reasons I didn't carry it a whole lot is just from today, it's covered in hairline scratches. And this is a very glossy, reflective surface, so you see every single scratch in this thing. And it wasn't in my pocket more than a few hours, but it already got dinged up pretty good. Thank God this is not one of my too nice to carry knives, or I'd be having a heart attack about it. Once those scratches are there, sure, it's no longer too nice to carry. I'll have fun with it. But until that point, that first scratch is gonna be a bitch. So yeah, I can't really think of a whole lot to add to that. I don't want to disappoint anybody with just one day of carry, but this thing was so hard to carry and so hard for me to use the way I like to use them that I just kind of had to let go of it. This one day kind of sucked, but again, if you like what you see here and you're willing to deal with the way it functions and all that, and you like how it functions, by all means, help yourself. But get it on sale, get it for cheap. If you spend $48 on it, I promise I will not make eye contact with you. So, yeah, that is my opinion and my take on the Gerber Jukebox. The quality is better than the Quadrant, but it's just not for me. So all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. Subscribers, you guys are awesome. The numbers are still going up little by little. I am immensely grateful for it. We are now working our way towards 2K and the next giveaway on that. Comments, I love some feedback. If you got one of these, let me know what you think about it. Is it something that you actually like? If you haven't gotten one yet, what do you think of what you see here? Or anything else. But all that being said, y'all have a nice day.